I'm going to show you how to create a basic C++ program shell or template or boilerplate that you can use for any of your C++ programs in this class. So we're always going to start out with comments. So you do a comment with a front slash, two front slashes, and you should have, your name, take credit, and the date written at the very least. You should also write something about the program, an explanation. And then we're going to start with our include files. So you start out with the pound sign or the hashtag. And what I'm doing here is I'm including the library IOStream into my program. So what that does is that brings in all the code that's stored in this IOStream library. And what's stored in the IOStream library is things that do input and output, like cin and cout. I'm also going to include IOmanip. That stands for input-output manipulation. That will let me do some things with editing, like saying how many digits will show to the right of the decimal point. There is also other files you could include. You don't really need these in the basics, but if you include the string library, that will allow you to do things with text, with words instead of just characters. And another one you might include is CMath or math, if you want to use some of the mathematical functions. So at the minimum, these two, but these are good to have also. I'm going to then use using namespace std command, and that's using namespace standard is how you would read that. It ends with a semicolon. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to use the commands in these libraries without having to qualify and say which library they came from. And now I'm going to do my main function. So every C++ program must have a function named main, lowercase main, M-A-I-N. And you're going to start with either int or void. Our textbook and most of our examples use int, means it'll return an integer to the operating system when it's done. And then you'll have the lowercase main and you'll have the parentheses after that. And then functions and many things in C++ begin and end with a curly brace. So you're going to have a left curly brace at the top, a right curly brace at the bottom. And for the last line of your program, type return 0. Okay? And what that does is that's what releases the program to the operating system. Not required, but is always good practice. So this is your basic template that you can use for any C++ program in this class. When you insert your code, it will go in here in the main function.